It's easy to be a Nintendo fan. Not only do they remind us of the joys of our collective childhoods, but they continue to release high-quality games and push for innovation and experimentation in the industry. They're not perfect, though. Here's a look at some times when Nintendo had to apologize to gamers. The Wii U library. Nintendo has long been an innovator when it comes to console design, but it's their classic game library that draws most fans in. So gamers who purchased a Wii U at launch were considerably let down as the months rolled by with no major new releases for flagship franchises, like Legend of Zelda. Eventually, the late Satoru Iwata, who was then president and CEO of Nintendo, apologized to fans in a Nintendo Direct broadcast, assuring fans that new games for the console were on their way. #whoops. Everyone hates autocorrect, and it turns out even Nintendo isn't immune to embarrassing screw-ups thanks to a simple typo. While trying to get Twitter fans to vote for either Waluigi or Wiggler, Nintendo accidentally left a letter off, leading to a truly unfortunate hashtag. Nintendo immediately deleted the tweet and apologized for accidentally using a racially charged slang term. But this is one mistake fans won't forget anytime soon. Tomodachi Life. Nintendo's 2014 simulator Tomodachi Life was basically The Sims for the 3DS, with players able to simulate things like working and dating in a virtual world. When fans sent Nintendo a petition to allow players to pursue same-sex relationships in the game, though, things went south. Nintendo's tone-deaf response claimed the game didn't have same-sex relationships because they didn't want to make any form of social commentary and urged fans not to take things so seriously. After critics pointed out that refusing to allow all relationships in a game about relationships was itself a form of social commentary, Nintendo issued an apology pledging to be more inclusive in any possible sequels, since allowing a giant evil lizard to marry a human woman was okay, but same-sex marriage apparently wasn't. Price drop. Price drops are inevitable with any piece of hardware, but when Nintendo announced an $80 price cut to the 3DS only a few short months after launch, it seemed like a slap in the face to early adopters. Nintendo apparently learned from some of its previous public relations problems, though, because this time they proactively apologized to owners by allowing them to download 20 exclusive free games. Good job, Nintendo. Racial slur. Several advance copies of Animal Crossing Wild World were sent out to game journalists, all containing a copy of the same pre-existing save file to show off some of the game's unique features. One of those features was the ability to customize character dialogue, which turned into a PR nightmare for Nintendo when it was discovered that they had sent out a version that had been customized with a racial slur. Nintendo apologized and recalled the advance copies, but not before the internet had a field day with it. Fat shaming. The fitness app Wii Fit helped turn the Wii into a genuine fad, as gamers could get in shape while playing games. Best of both worlds, right? Well, it was, right up until the game called a 10-year-old girl fat. Her father went to the press, saying, "She is a perfectly healthy 4' 9" tall 10-year-old who swims, dances. She is solidly built, but not fat." She was devastated to be called fat, and we had to work hard to convince her she isn't. I know it is just a game, but we already have to worry about young girls starving themselves to look like magazine models. And now we have a game that tells them they're fat. This, to me, is very worrying. Nintendo apologized, saying that the body mass index may not be entirely accurate for younger age groups due to varying levels of development. Player bans. In the hit game Super Smash Bros., Princess Peach has a special ability where she can pull a turnip out of nowhere and huck it. Sometimes, though, she ends up finding a bomb or some other item instead of a turnip. Usually that's a lucky break, but not for a batch of 3DS players, who apparently got banned simply for playing Peach on a level where items aren't allowed. Even items the game itself is programmed to provide you. Needless to say, players who were unfairly banned just for playing the game as it was designed weren't very happy, and Nintendo had to issue another apology after reinstating their accounts. Whoops. Shortages. Finally, if there's one thing Nintendo is known for besides making cool games, it's not making enough of those games to go around. Over the years, Nintendo has frequently been forced to apologize for not producing enough product to satisfy customer demand. In 2015, for instance, there was a shortage of the popular Amiibo collectible figurines. Nintendo apologized after some fans accused the company of intentionally keeping supply down in order to drive up demand. They didn't learn their lesson, though, because in 2016, the same thing happened over the holiday season when Nintendo debuted the NES Classic. And then it happened again in 2017 with the release of the Switch. So next time Nintendo announces a new product, keep an eye on the news, because the inevitable apology is sure to follow. Thanks for watching. Click the SVG icon to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Plus, check out all this cool stuff we know you'll love too.